with that ideology, I would say that they wouldn't have let Wack 100 and them move around as much as they was.
Wack 100 don't move around. Wack 100 ain't seen in L.A.
They had no jumper. No one, no jumper.
No, you going to jail, you go up there and fuck with Wack 100.
We got a missile we'll send through there. It's a couple go to jail.
Man, they don't want that feds.
I would have had to shut Wack up if I would.
Man, they don't. Man, they know the foes that know. They know the feds in now.
Yeah. Nah, we know they look.
Nigga, he said the fed came and got me and asked me about this. Everybody that went there, the feds in now. They ain't watching. They in now.
They in now.
They in there operating with a microphone.
Good God.
You figure out who it is. But the feds in there talking on the phone, on the mic. Look at this, y'all clapping for. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh,
nobody stood before the world and told the Crips and Bloods.
Right.
And not only did that, I said Raymond Washington in took it. Not only that, I said Nipsey Hussle too. His mama. So they was trying to take my gun license from me, but they couldn't. So no judge would deem me mentally unstable. It was my rhetoric. So they going off my internet rhetoric, homie. So that's why I tell them, you better be careful what you say. Like Mo get into this life and can't take the costume off, so they get stuck on stage.
Yes, Lord.
Nip got stuck on stage. Nip ain't on the sideline talking to these Jewish billionaire and millionaire investors. They're talking to earmists. When he was going down there to talk to the police department to create this new gang incentive program, the 60s mad at earmists for doing this in the name of Nip.
So man, we got Charleston White talking about Adam 22, Jumper, Nipsey, Wack 100, and Big U. Man, let's get off it today.
Everybody saying what I'm doing wrong. Nobody could tell me what to do right. So I learned how to do right from doing wrong, like most kids who come from our community.
Right.
I learned how to do what's right on the internet by doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
Losing shit. So would nobody teach me. So it was trial and error. So I'm bashing them until somebody say
marketing and promoting.
Marketing, advertising. These are commercials. They're your billboard. Stop striking them. So I pulled back. But I spent a year striking everybody.
Man, you was striking, man.
Yeah, man, I had to send a message to Uncle Charleston White. You feel me? I had to tell my boy, man, tap in with him and let him know what's really going on.
I remember you would go down there. You was on there. You would go live and go to striking them.
Man, man,
this
motherfucker losing channels. Motherfucker offering to pay me.
Yeah.
Man, I'll pay you to pay me. And I'm saying,
you stealing my
I ain't understanding.
But that was Clippers. That's what them streaming.
I'm glad Charleston White understand the game now. Now gonna flourish on YouTube, and we gonna be the ones to help him.
Right now, that was the first Clippers that I seen, but yours was Clippers because your shit was so potent.
Yep.
The Aiden Ross and the Neons and the Cassinet and them, they got Clippers. Some of them they paying, but also they got a large fan base. Your fan base at the time wasn't even that large, as it is now, but it was so potent that they were waving your flag. They on YouTube waving your flag, titling it different ways.
King Cassius at that time had like 200,000-300,000 followers. He was a kid by the name of Earman say, big homie, when I grow up, I'm gonna change the hood. That wasn't Nipsey. Nipsey was just a vehicle to keep him protected. Big Sam didn't join 60s, Nip did. Big Sam wasn't never cool with Nip being a 60s. So Earman wasn't supposed to be a gang member or a gangbanger, but because he was, that cost him his life.
It's crazy how decisions work, choices work.
Yeah.
And even if it don't
playing
get
this
you
role
now.
though.
Yeah.
And you trying to come out of this role. Nigga, he ain't have no business playing that role, and you done made it to this status. So it's a lesson to be learned, homie. That's still on the front line telling homie that one post. Yeah, homie. So
But I think that the Nipsey thing is extremely interesting. You didn't get Big. You wasn't at the funeral, was it?
You go. It's a lot behind that, homie. But don't nothing happen, homie. The feds is saying it, but they not saying it. And a lot of
Charleston White used to be from Rolling 60, so he definitely went to Nipsey funeral and he got the insight, and it seemed like ever since Nipsey funeral, whatever them dudes told Charleston White, he ain't rocking with him. Look, he been flaming them up ever since.
What they saying, homie. They saying we know, we just don't have. Why you think Eric Holden ain't dead?
Yeah, they can press a button.
Nigga, come on, homie. We make his trade for the food to go back there. Inmates make his trade. Come on, nigga.
They done got at him, but they said the Mexicans got at him.
It wasn't they, the Mexicans did it because the Mexicans with Nip, but that's just for love for Nip.
Exactly. But if the face of the 60s go down, man, it's a response about that. But now with that ideology, I would say that they wouldn't have let Wack 100 and them move around as much as they was.
Wack 100 don't move around. Wack 100 ain't seen it.
Charleston White said Wack don't be moving around. No. Yeah. Wack one. He don't be moving around, man. He said Wack ain't really moving.
But they had no jumper. No one, no jumper. Eh?
No, you going to jail, you go up there for Wack 100.
We got a missile we'll send through there. It's a couple that go to jail.
Man, they don't want that fed.
Oh, he called Wack 100 a fed. I wonder what Wack gonna say about this. I know Wack gonna respond.
Shit, Wack up if I were
Man, they don't, man, they know those that know, they know the feds in now.
Yeah. Nah, we know they look.
Nigga, he said the fed came and got me and asked me about this. Everybody that went there, the feds in now. They ain't watching, they in now.
They in now.
They in there operating with a microphone.
Good God.
You figure out who it is. The feds in there talking on the phone, on the mic. Look at this, y'all clap.
Who y'all think the feds and no jumper with the microphone? The White say is Wack. What y'all think?
Happened for woo.
Oh, have mercy.
Homie's not an entity. They don't infiltrate. They don't send nobody
Because look how you infiltrated. You went out there and was able to get
walking in cowboy boots, playing on Melvin from the internet speaking game. That's how I met Melvin from the internet speaking game.
Right.
At the time, he was doing speaking engagement with John Gotti Jr. What's the tone from the Latin King out of New York tone? So Melvin Farmer, John Gotti Jr., Latin King Tone, I think they were putting Barefoot Pookie on there, and one other person, Fred Hampton Jr. So they were doing a speaking tour for the, man, what's that shit called? Man, that conflict resolution shit. Them there, homie. So they wanted to pull me in because I got all the traction with the youth, and the youth shit nationally. This nationally.
They tried to use Charleston White. He like, kill it. I'm finna come over here, soak all this street game up, and I'm bashing them.
Pulling me in on a national level because I'm in D.C., so that's how me and Melvin met. So when I had a little issue with the police, when they take me to the crazy house and put that tag on me, me and my mom and everybody, homie, know that for me to be what I was at the time, as radical as I was with my voice toward white people. And let's leave a little bit because interaction with the police, homie, they on alert.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Every time. Because they put this on me.
Yeah. So they look at you a certain way, no matter what.
Yeah, I'm a threat to them. And I got a lot, and I post all these, in my rhetoric, homie. So at the time was white folk this.
Then you got a following on top of that. That make you even more dangerous. This mic can press a button and really start activating around this motherfucker.
So homie, but because I had worked with government officials, homie, Crew, John Cornyn, Ruby, man, Senator Harold Dalton. But because I had worked with these people, they saying, man, something done happened to Charles. Something went crazy.
Yeah, they giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Because of the
work you done done.
Plus, I'm with the old pops. The old pops and them got a history with white folks.
If you know about pops, then you know. If you know about pops, get in the comments, man. That's who Charleston White got his style from.
They got a real organization called Texas, and it's a group of some military men, and they don't fight number police. One of them, a captain in the warden. So they only. So when you hear me say certain names, old Weezer, Eroy Brown, homie, those names scare white people, and those men mentored me. So
that's who you got a lot of your game from too.
Yeah,
he followed me on Facebook.
Yeah,
man.
So when they took me in, homie, they want to dissect the brain, study all social media posts. So they kept like 7 days.
What was this in LA or Texas?
No, it was in Texas.
Okay.
So that's what.
I ain't gonna cap, man. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about all this, man.
Yeah.
So like, because I know everybody, I can go from Fort Worth to Grand Prairie, Dalworth, Oak Cliff, West Dallas, Pleasant Grove, Houston, San Antonio.
Hey, y'all remember when Charleston White got into it with Trap Boy Freddy, and he told him F Oak Cliff. Feel me? I remember that.
Antonio, so I can go to all these different places because I spent his whole teenage life in the boys' home, and I was in an institution that only housed Texas' most violent youthful offenders. So that's from 91.
So you met everybody in that
I met all the big dogs in the neighborhoods when they were kids.
Because you know the statistics say that that's in there at that age, them gonna be them kind of for the rest of their life.
So all was in the boys' home with them when they got 18 and 19. By the time they were 21, 25, they ran certain prisons.
Right.
That's
exactly how I say it's gonna go.
They come through just like the movie American Me and all the movies. All of them starting their boys' home.
Yep.
So most real bad homie got juvenile records.
A bad juvenile
record.
Nigga,
they was in boys' home. Different youth. Centers, so all those met up in juvenile detention centers. So all of them started the gangs. All of them was in the boys' home with it. So I got It was like joining a fraternity for me because it wasn't no deadly.
So he breaking it down and giving y'all the insights on how he got involved in the gang culture. Because Charleston White let you know he grew up in a good home with his mom and his brother. So he basically telling y'all how he got to where he at today.
Violence in the boys' home. We fight like a nigga, we squabble like a, but it wasn't no deadly violence. Might get hit across the head with something, but it wasn't no deadly violence. So it was growing up just fighting.
If you was free, do you think you would have joined the Crips?
Yeah, I would have been killed.
It was in your spirit.
Oh, so imagine my internet persona as a gang member. It's the same. It would have been the same. Yeah, homie. I would have been just as disrespectful because that's my temperament. Anything I embrace, that's me. Playing basketball, yeah, you can't hold me. So that's playing dominoes. You go, that persona comes out. So now. That's the persona I had in the boys' home. So that's how I got the name Nut. That same internet persona was in that look with the one.
Right,
yeah.
So Charleston White got a few names. They call him Blue. I heard him calling him Blue back in the day when he first started coming on. People in the background like, come on, Blue, Blue. So Charleston White used to be a Crip for sure.
And I'm just acting, so I'm going overboard.
Yeah.
But it's convincing. It's convincing. You know what I'm saying?
See, because you got this thing, like you got this pattern where you said, yo, I infiltrated the police. I went out there and infiltrated the Rolling 60s. So you got a certain level of game where you can make it look like whatever you really want to make it look like.
So when I joined the gang in 92, gangbanging had already been big in America from the mid-'80s by way of the crack epidemic. So if you watch that movie, what's that movie that was about crack with that on Netflix? Snowfall. So if you watch Snowfall, you saw Jerome them took crack.
Yes.
The mother niggas stayed in California. Jerome them took crack. Crack and the gangbang came together.
Yeah, because it was coming out of LA.
There you go.
The work was coming out of LA.
So that's why you had the documentary Banging in Little Rock. That's why them niggas was so detrimental. That's why that's why they first years of gangbanging was so horrific and horrendous because they got to California and the country them took the game and took it to extreme.
Yeah.
Facts.
You saw in the movie, he said, man, these country nigga wild and other guy.
Yeah.
They giving you certain history in this shit. So by the time it get to Texas and Louisiana, I'm maybe 11, 12. By the time I'm 14, it's here. But I'm from the suburbs, so I don't see it.
Right.
It ain't in my school. It ain't in my on television, and when I go to my and them house in the gutters in the slum, I see them bandanas. So it's only appealing because I seen it on color. It's just like the shit we see on Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
You know, it's on
or the rap with the cyber truck or something.
There you go. So
yeah.
That flag that was like a.
Nah, man, I ain't gonna cap, bro. It's Up There podcast, man. Dope interview, man. Appreciate you for dropping this hot content on the internet like that, man. But Charleston White, he wasn't holding back on no Jumper, Adam 22, or Wack 100. He said they the feds. And that's what it is, man. That's what he said. So y'all let me know if y'all think Charleston White is right on the head with the nail, or if y'all think Charleston White just trolling like he usually do. But in the meantime, if you new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, bro. You subscribe to the channel if you new, bro. I'm talking about you. Hit that like button. Turn them noti bells all the way on. Lives, everything. Turn it on all so you can get all the notifications. Also, if you want to support me, Stingy K, at Stingy K Entertainment, man, super thanks. You could drop a comment. We're going to pin it up, and we're going to post you on the community tab and run some clout up for you. On top of that, make sure y'all stay on the lookout for the live stream, man. We doing daily lives every day. We doing every day. We going live, and we dropping videos, so y'all got to run them up. Comment first, and the first person that comment first 10 times in a row, you get $100 Cash App directly to you. And we're going to do it live, you feel me? So make sure y'all tune in. But in the meantime, man, click on one of these videos right here on the screen, man, and let me know how y'all feel about Charleston White reacting to 4 extras blowing off his hand.